Troop 106, welcome. Tonight we have the privilege of being able to join one of our own, David John, in his presentation of his Eagle Project. We have several great guests with us tonight. I'd like to quickly introduce them and allow David to take over the evening. So for those of you who may not know, in order to achieve the rank of Eagle Scout, a project is required that demonstrates leadership and a benefit to the community. David had the unfortunate opportunity of having me kind of be the guy who had to sign off on things for his project, so he got a little extra scrutiny. And David's going to tell you about his project, but to kind of give you a preview, David decided to work with the Polk County Sheriff's Office K-9 unit for a project to benefit their officers. We have several representatives of the Polk County Sheriff's Office with us tonight. I'm going to let David talk about them in a little bit, but just to introduce quickly, we have Deputy Rollerson, Sergeant Fulgren, Lieutenant Walker, and Deputy Smith with us here tonight. So, all of you who thought about being slick and breaking some rules, I can talk the talk. They brought the handcuffs, so we're all good now. We're going to start off with a brief video for that David put together for his project, and then we're going to turn the program over to David.
Love animals.
David decided to choose the sheriff's
Yeah,
office.
we're blaming his dad on that. Give me a second.
Well, this is Robert Boyd in Polk County, where David John has raised enough money to afford 65 infrared beacons for the K-9 units here at the Polk County Sheriff's Office. And these deputies say this technology is going to be life-saving.
Once a week, you'll find the Polk County Sheriff's Office performing K-9 training exercises. But this week, they have a special guest and a big fan, 14-year-old David John.
So, David, this is the first time you've watched one of these training exercises. What do you think?
I think it's really cool and it's exciting to see what they do. I also have a deep respect for law enforcement and I love animals.
David decided to choose the Sheriff's Office K-9 unit for his Eagle Scout project, raising nearly $10,000 for 65 infrared beacons. He calls it Beacon of Hope.
So my mission is to serve my community and make it better and to help ensure the safety of the officers and the canines to make it home to their families at night.
The beacons will be worn by every deputy in the K-9 unit, the four-legged and the two-legged.
So whenever they're going through thick brush or trees, it shines a beacon into the sky. It's infrared, so the suspect can't see it, but officers with night vision equipment and the helicopters can see it. And if they're hurt, it'll shine into the sky and it'll show them where they are.
The Sheriff's Office says there have been many times when this type of equipment could have come in handy.
It's an extra piece of equipment that we normally wouldn't have. We've been in locations where if you have a huge wood line and you're in there at night and the air unit can't see you, they don't have the technology above and you don't have it below, all you really have is a guessing game essentially on where you're at.
Sergeant George Fulgren says it was heartwarming to see a teenager work so hard, fundraiser after fundraiser, to support his local law enforcement agency.
We have a lot of people in the community that reach out to us, but a young man like David doing it is different, so it does mean a lot. The K-9 unit as a whole, when they heard about this, they were also thrilled to know that there was a Boy Scout willing to do that for them.
And while the beacons are ordered and soon to arrive, David continues to work.
Making a website for the officers to go on to show them how the beacons work and what they do, and how to properly mount it with the mounts for their dog, well, the canines, and to mount it to their uniform.
What's the most rewarding part about this project for you?
Just being able to be a part of my community and help.
In Polk County, Robert Boyd, ABC Action News.
All right, without further ado, I'd like to invite one of our own, David John, up here for his presentation.
Okay, so good evening, fellow scouts, leaders, friends, and special guests. I've enjoyed working on my Eagle Scout project and truly feel blessed to have the opportunity to meet and work with some amazing people in our community. I'm happy to report I've successfully raised a total of $10,071.44 to benefit the Polk County Sheriff's Office. With these funds, I've purchased the 65 infrared beacons and 80 mounts that I have displayed here today. I've also purchased and delivered 8 extra-large kennels to the Polk County Sheriff's Office for their bloodhounds. And tonight, I am thrilled to present the Polk County Sheriff's Foundation, earmarked for the K-9 unit, a check for a total of $3,454.45. But that's not all. Yesterday, I received a letter from the Executive Director of Public Charities informing me of a donation that is being sent to Greater Tampa Bay Area Council, earmarked for David John's Eagle Scout project of $500. Thank you, Publix. So our revised total is $10,571.44. The second half of my project was to create a website to assist the deputies on learning about the beacon functions and how to properly mount the beacons on both the deputies' uniforms and the K-9's harness. I've created a website and have attached a QR code to each bag and beacon that, when scanned, will take the deputies to beaconofhopeproject.net, where they can learn about my project and their beacons. Sergeant Fulgham, I appreciate you, your team, and all of the Polk County Sheriff's deputies for the sacrifices you make daily to keep our community safe. For our very first conversation, you made me feel comfortable and like another member of your team. I will continue to pray for your safety, and I'm thankful we were able to accomplish this great goal together. At this time, I would like to invite Sergeant Fulgham to say a few words.
Good evening, everyone. I was joking earlier with my lieutenant saying, I think you'll be doing this evening, not me. And he was like, I don't think so. I got the rank here, so. I want to thank David for all his generosity. He spent a lot of time. He was very determined and very diligent in his efforts to try to find out what we needed as a K-9 unit and what we could use. And what we came up with was the IR beacons for every handler. This is not something that is normally issued to our K-9 handlers, and it's something that they can use. One that is here with us tonight actually bought his own. So you would see how it's not normally funded through the Sheriff's Office. So it's such a tremendous help when we have someone come forward that wants to help our unit. And David, from the get-go, all this fundraising and a couple of TV interviews later, he reached this goal, and it just kept growing. Every time I spoke to him, it's like, well, we raised this much more. Hey, we raised this much more. And it just kept getting bigger and bigger. And as you saw tonight, we even had more to add. So social media is a huge part of that. Nowadays, you can get the word out a little easier. And he did a wonderful job using social media as well. His determination, I can't say enough about. It's going to lead him forward in the future. It's going to serve him well. Just seeing how he worked on this project, I'm sure his parents are enormously proud of what he has accomplished so far. And for an Eagle Scout project, I think it's tremendous what he has done. Once again, thank you from the entire K-9 unit, from a former scout here. There's a former one in the front row there. You can see where you go. You wind up joining the military and then going into law enforcement, and you just stay in that same group. You have that structure around you all the time. We can't thank you enough, and as a K-9 unit, we are grateful to be friends with you and have you as our friend. Thank you, David.
Thank you, Sergeant Fulbright. Before we dismiss, I would like to recognize a few individuals that assisted me with my project. Please stand when I call your name. Gabe, Will, Alex, Miss Kristen, Miss Kim, Ted, and Mr. Brad. Every one of you contributed your time and talents to my project, and I appreciate it. Father David, thank you for supporting Scouting, mentoring me through the years, and allowing St. Stephen's Church to be our true home and the home of many Scouting units. Please accept the K-9 Challenge coins Mr. Jeremy is bringing you as a token of my appreciation. Grammy, Granddad, Mom, Dad, thank you for supporting every goal I have and encouraging me to be the best version of myself. And lastly, Mr. Todd and Sergeant Fulbright, please join me up front. The founder of Boy Scouts, Lord Baden-Powell, once said, when a boy finds someone who takes interest in him, he responds and follows. I am honored to have worked with both of you on this project, and at this time, at any time I ask a question or requested your assistance, you were there to offer guidance, support, or just listen. The lessons I've learned, I will carry with me forever. Thank you for attending, and now I will return the program back over to Mr. Todd.
Outstanding job, David. All right, guys. A little idea with asking how I can help turns into this project an outstanding opportunity to help our deputies. So, good job, David. You're not done yet. You have not yet earned your Eagle, but we'll keep helping you through it. That will conclude our presentation for this evening. So we're going to do something a little different, guys. We're going to have some cake and refreshments over here. They are available to you, but we're going to do our closing first so that we can dismiss and go home if we need to with school going on. So what we're going to do first is have our honored guest, please go to the other side of the table so we get a little more room to clean up after here. Boys, we're going to get chairs, stack them up the way they're supposed to be, and we'll circle up for announcements and closure.